Hi, lovelies. Long time no see. Oh my gosh. It has been almost a year since my last video. Yep, almost a year. We're in February. And as you can see, different background. This is kind of going to be a pretty chill, let's talk, chit chat video. So I wanted to kind of sit down in my living room and kind of just bring you guys into my world. And sorry, this shirt is like driving me nuts. Yeah, a year. We're gonna talk about it. I think it's time to talk about it and share some things. So I will say I'm back. I am planning to be back. Definitely, for sure, doing things differently and just share my heart. I pray you guys appreciate my transparency. Definitely, for sure, doing things differently. And so I will talk more about that later. Or actually, no, let's talk about it now because I don't know, what's going to happen as I start sharing. But anywho, I am going to be back. My hope is to put up weekly vlogs. So I've prayed about it and tossed back and forth on whether to even come back to YouTube. And you'll know why when I share why I haven't been filming YouTube. But I've been getting a lot of messages and people reaching out asking, am I planning to film again or put up videos again and all that good stuff. And actually with the urging of some of my friends and family members, with everything I've gone through, this is something that I really did enjoy and gave me a creative outlet. I didn't even fully take advantage of it in the way I'd hoped. But I am planning to come back now officially, and my hope is to upload one video a week. My weekend, I'm going to call it weekends, a vlog, and essentially it's just hanging out with me over the weekend. And I'm just figuring I'll do that just to test the water, see how it goes. I work full time, so doing daily vlogging or weekly vlogging, but I can commit to definitely sharing weekend vlogs. It would be great to just start kind of inviting you guys in, and I will share things on my heart, share things that God shares with me. If it's for me to share with you guys, hopefully it'll be encouraging. So it's not just going to be just me like hanging out and partying. I'm not into partying, but spending time with friends and family and doing fun things, which it will be, but sometimes it might just be me chilling and just sharing where I'm at in my heart. I want this channel to be a platform to not only just inspire creativity, but to encourage and uplift others as well. So this is definitely going to be a very different channel than the past. I'm planning to start uploading vlogs this coming week after this video. So this video is going up tomorrow. Today's Sunday, so Monday, because I'm hoping to upload the weekend vlogs by Tuesday, because I know a lot of YouTubers upload on Wednesdays, and I don't want to do past Wednesday because that's just too many days after the weekend. The first vlog is going to be combined of 2 weekends, simply because I wanted to do this video first, and it's taken me till now to be able to finally sit down emotionally, be able to sit down and really speak to what I need to talk about as to why I have been MIA. So yeah, you know what? Let's just talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's go there, get you some tea, and let's chit chat. Okay. So the last time you guys saw me in a video was when I uploaded my it was a hair video going from text lax all the way to relax. And let me just go ahead and give that update. I'm still relaxed, however I am wearing a wig. So next month, March, will make a year fully relaxed. I will do an updated video. It will be a while because I'm not due for another relaxer for 3 or 4 weeks. So this is why I'm wearing protective style right now. This is a wig, yes, that I'm loving. I've been really playing around with wigs, so you will see me with my hair, with wigs and all that good stuff. I just wanted to say that because I am wearing a wig. My hair looks completely different, I know, and so I just wanted to kind of go ahead and at least put that little update out there. So what happened after that? I started probably a month prior in February, starting to really not feel well. In previous years, pretty much since my 20s, I've always suffered with allergy issues, allergies and sinuses. And I've also had an iron issue where I've been anemic at times. In 2012, I got diagnosed with fibroids, and it was so severe that when I had my blood work done, because we couldn't figure out at the time, like I was so short of breath, I couldn't breathe. I would just go up a small flight of stairs at work and would feel like I'm about to pass out. So I finally was like, you know, I need to go into the doctor. And sure enough, I go in, I get blood work because they're just like, okay, you know, we might need to check your levels. This just doesn't sound right. Had no issues up to that point. I did put on weight, all that kind of stuff, but I just didn't know why. Lo and behold, the next day I get a phone call from my doctor personally telling me that she's already called and made arrangements at the nearest hospital for me to go and get a blood transfusion and iron transfusion. So mind you, I'm freaking out. I've never had any of that before. So I make it to the hospital. I have a blood transfusion. Once you get if you don't know, once you get a blood transfusion, you have to have an iron fusion so that it can help your levels even out, because my hemoglobin levels. So for an anemia person, a safe hemoglobin is like between 10 and 12. Someone who doesn't suffer with anemia or have iron issues should be above 12. I, at the time, was at 6.5. So my doctor did not know how I was walking around. So again, needless to say, why she called me first. So I get the blood. It's supposed to be an in and out thing the same day. And I get the iron. Well, turns out I end up having a very severe allergic reaction to the iron. And I am like in pain. Like pain I never... I just knew that was going to be my last day. That's how bad the pain was. Like, I just knew that was going to be my last day on this earth. I had friends in the room. I was screaming. I was crying. The nurses were panicking. They didn't understand what was going on. They were trying to call the doctors. They were just freaking out. So finally they gave me Benadryl. I ended up breaking out in like hives all over my entire body to the point to where it felt like needles. So at that point it was, we can't release her. She's gonna have to stay the night so we can monitor her. So lo and behold, the next day, doctor comes in, come to find out I had an allergic reaction to the iron because apparently I was allergic to ferrous sulfate, which is weird because it's what I needed to get better, you know? So it was a horrific experience. So the doctors are like, we urge you to go to your OBGYN because you are gonna need to find out what caused this. So this is where I first get diagnosed with fibroids. It turns out, you know, they tell me all the different procedures, and so I choose to do the more invasive procedure, because again, this is in 2012, where they would need to cut me open and then remove the fibroid. That was my first bout with fibroids. There is a huge testimony behind it, but it was a 9-month recovery pretty much. You know, my body typically can bounce back, you know. My body was great. I was healthy. I'm always athletic. I grew up athletic because I, you know, did a lot of sports, gymnastics, dance, cheerleading, and was back able to keep, you know, my iron levels were up. I was able to work out, exercise. I thought I was good. Anyway. So after that, I was good, and that was back in 2012. Well, fast forward to 2017, 5 years later, here I am again, like I said, February, which is a month prior to me putting up my last video on this channel. I was not feeling well. I had just come back from LA in January visiting my brother. We were super busy at work. So I just attributed the lethargic and the excessive tiredness and lightheadedness to just maybe being exhausted from just like being completely swamped at work, and then of course traveling and all of that, New Year, holidays, all of that. So I just attributed that my body just is still trying to catch up. No matter what I did, I was trying to start working out. I make sure I was staying on a good diet. I was, instead of losing weight, I started gaining weight. This was like late March, and so they were like, you know, yeah, it looks like your iron levels have dropped. They're down to 7. We need to do an ultrasound to see what's going on again. So lo and behold, I go get an ultrasound, and that's when I find out my fibroids came back. But I sat there shocked, like I was like, what? You know, because I could not believe that it came back. I thought I was healed. I thought God had touched my body. I was 5 years, no iron or anemia issues. So, okay, maybe I'll, you know, let me stay positive, Lord. I'm going to just pray and get my sisters in Christ. We're going to pray, and, you know, God's going to do a good, quick work, and everything's going to be fine. And that was not the case. I battled this for months. At the same time, I had gotten back in school and decided to do a graduate certificate. So I was finishing up a degree and going for treatments at the same time, all the way until I graduated with my last treatment was a week before I graduated with my certificate program. So I got a master's certificate degree. But by that time, I was done. And the reason being is because Max. And I was hoping not to cry about this. I wasn't able to walk him as much. I would get tired, so he wasn't walking as much as he used to, and he's a dachshund, and dachshunds need a lot of activity and exercise to burn off their energy, and he was a rescue who had dog aggression, so he really, really needed, you know, to be tended to, and I was just starting to dwindle in that. And even when I got Max, I got severely sick again with my asthma. Because again, I suffered from allergies and sinuses, and so just a few months after getting him, I ended up with bronchitis, and when I went to the doctor, I had to get a breathing treatment. Every time I had him, I was always having to use an inhaler because I was allergic to him, but I just loved him so much. At that point, he was a part of my life, you know. He was like 4 or 5 months in, you know, so I was just focused on just making sure I kept my house clean. I washed everything that he touched. I kept him clean, you know. Every other week I would take him once a month to the groomers, all of that stuff, just to kind of mitigate it, and it helped. It did. But lo and behold, me getting sick, like I mentioned earlier, because, sorry, my leg is starting to fall asleep. When I wasn't able to care for him like I had been rather. One morning I was taking him out before work, and of course I couldn't, you know, I woke up so late because I was drained from not getting enough rest. There was a dog that walked by, and again, he had all this pent-up energy in him that the dog walked by and kind of at him, so he got really aggressive. So they kept walking, which so frustrated with the owner, because the owner just walked by like it was nothing, you know, and it just frustrates me. Anyway, I finally got him calm. He uses the restroom, and I didn't see that there was another woman across the way walking her dog that morning. Mind you, I had just settled him maybe just 2 minutes before, and he was using the restroom, and I went down to pick up his, you know, stuff, and I dropped the leash, and he just took off, like barking, like mad barking. and I'm running behind him as fast as I can. I don't get to him, and he snips at this dog. Thankfully, the dog had very long, lassie-like hair, so Max didn't get flesh. He got hair before a woman who was coming out of her apartment saw everything and snatched Max for me because I was still running to get to him. And at that point, I was just so like devastated because I knew it was because he just had so much frustrated energy inside of him, and I hadn't been able to take care of him. And so I had to call the dog trainer that morning because I was just so upset because I didn't know what to do. And I didn't want to give him away because I didn't want him to end up in a kennel and no one get him or any. I refused to ever do that, end of the day, because I was just telling my dog trainer, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't take care of him right now. He thankfully, because him and his wife love Max, they really love Max like his own, and he has a couple of small dogs too that Max just loves and gets to play with anytime he was over there. Dog trainer came and got him, and and so I'm so thankful for that. He looks so happy. I haven't gone to visit him just because, again, with Max's personality and being a rescue dog, he's already bounced from a home to a home. I probably was like maybe the third home he'd been in, and now he's at another home, and that took a long time for me to finally be okay with him. I miss him. I still miss him, but I missed him so much after he first left. It was the hardest. It was like giving your child away, and I would look at pictures of him every day and watch videos because and I was always like calling the dog trainer like, how's Max, and is he okay, is he missing me? And he actually is having a better life, and all that good stuff. But it was just so hard, where I started to feel really down. So once Max was gone, I started to begin my treatments. And in the beginning, like I said, I tried to stay positive, but then the weight gain, losing Max, not having energy to get up, it started to really take a toll on me and was unmotivated. I lost all motivation to be creative or to do anything. And then there were days that I couldn't do anything. There were days that all I wanted to do was lay in bed. And, it got so bad that for a couple months during the summer, I would get up, wash, put on clothes, didn't do my hair, didn't put no makeup on, and just went to work. It wasn't until about end of August or maybe mid-August, September, sometime in there, where God showed me I was depressed. So I had completely lost faith and allowed my health circumstance to become my reality, so much so that it put me into depression. And I have suffered with depression before, and I'm not going to go too deep in that. I am praying about doing a video on it because it is something near dear to my heart. But I was depressed. I was depressed for weeks. I was depressed for months before the Lord showed me. And I just kept praying, God, help me to come out of this. Help me to come out of this. Help me to come out of this. Well, for months, I just suffered kind of almost in silence at some times as well. And that's never good. And God revealed it. I really started saying it's time I need to rebuild my faith. I went to a women's conference in early November, and the first thing they talked about was, if you're battling fibroids, you're going to get healed today, But I can happily say that here I am. I've already lost 10 pounds. Yay! And I've been in a place where I've just been really focused on getting healthy in every way, mentally, emotionally, physically, with my health and diet, and spiritually. And so I'm back. you know. And so Max is doing good. I still haven't seen him. I probably won't see him for a while if I decide to go see him, because again, I don't want him to think he's coming with me. And I mean, it's been almost a year, but you just never know with dogs, okay, because they remember. But he's happy, he's in a great home, he's with people who loves him, and he has his road dogs, his little pup crew. I'm enjoying the season I'm in, but that's really kind of what's been going on. So I know this is probably going to be a very long video. If you have questions about anything, put them in the comment box below. I'll try to respond, and the next time you see me will be in a few days in my weekend vlogs. And I hope you guys enjoy this. It's my first time like doing anything like this, so we'll see how it go. You know, y'all might be like, girl, we don't care about your life. Nah. So like I said, I just want to do some new things, and that's one of them of many. Give this video a thumbs up if you're happy that I'm back and excited to just see some new things. I am. I miss this. It's weird, but I miss it. All right, I'm going to see you guys later. God bless. Bye.